Alrighty, welcome back.
Hey,
Episode 21,
um,
21,
hello.
21. Um, 2016, man. They're saying 2026 is the new 2016. Shout out to
That
21
was a nice
Savage.
throwback. I see what you did there now. I like that.
Yep. Shout out to
Good pull.
Kurt Signetti and the Indiana Hoosiers, national champions. Shout out, Bo. That was his pick last night.
Shout out. Yep. Shout out for me for cashing a lot of money on that bet. That was sick.
I did the
So
inverse.
had a future and I double dipped. I had my future going and I was like, should I
When did you put
hedge?
the
Like, was
future
a
live?
really it was like 25 to win like 400.
Well, yeah, but
So
when
it
did you
was at
place
like
it?
I don't 1600. It was they beat somebody like it was like week 4 or 5. It was
Damn.
early on. Um, no, I think what was their first big win? Was Oregon their first big win? I think that's when I got it in because it was like
It
plus
might have been.
1600. I think
Ooh,
it was
well,
plus
good hit.
1600. So I think it was after the Oregon game. Yeah. So I was gonna hedge it, but I did a ladder bet last week. I was just in my office, and I work with my buddies. We're sitting like next to each other in our desks. And I was like, bro, let's do a ladder bet every day. We take something minus 170 ish, 25 to 500 in a week. Let's do it. And lo and behold, it cashed because the last day I was like, we got it up to like 3 something to where we only need a minus 170 to get to 5. And I was like, damn, they just want to like move the spread towards Miami's favor. I was like, no, fuck it. I went Indiana minus 3.5 and their team over 23.5. So it was a sweat. It was a giant sweat. So
Yeah.
we ended up making it out pretty good on that though. So thank you, Kurt Signetti. I love you.
You should inform your viewers and fellow podcastees when you're making money like that next time, son.
All right. Well, in my defense, I've tried this before, and I usually every day was sketchy as hell. Like I barely the skin of my teeth. I didn't think it was going to go this far, but I think I'm going to try it again.
Well, you'll have to. We might either do like a mini video series or just put it on the Twitter or something, but put it out there.
Yeah,
May even be the start of the
yeah, I
creation of
could
the
do that.
Discord.
That is
I
true. Yeah, I
started
may
that.
start doing How about this? I'll start a new ladder, and then I'll do ladder bet of the day, and I'll post it.
Sweet, I love it.
Oh yeah.
Also, we'll get into it a little bit more later, but like this podcast has been ahead on a lot, and putting Kurt Signetti, giving him the full 2026 designation, like couldn't have been more spot on.
Yeah.
It it was
White
hard.
boy of the year, early candidate for white boy of the year.
Potentially, yes.
Him or Mendoza.
They can kind of be one. It's like O and Burrow at a certain point,
Yeah.
like they were a package duo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that is really cool to think about too, like how they were able to kind of build that. Like, I guess they weren't as close personally. I'm not saying they weren't, I guess, but just kind of building that relationship between the two of them and then together, it's pretty cool because it's almost like good cop, bad cop with the two of them.
Yeah. One guy doesn't smile ever, and the other one's a human golden retriever out there. Like,
Dude, I'd be that happy too if I won the Heisman in the first national
he's
championship.
just a normal dude that happens to like had a crazy.
We had this
like,
conversation the other day. There's athletes and there's people that happen to be insanely good at something. Like Joe Burrow, athlete. Fernando Mendoza, regular person that is better at most athletes than football.
Yeah.
Like
And like he has like this shout out to him for having like the self-awareness to know that, like to not let it get to him. It's like it no matter how good you are at something, if you can notice yourself being a little bit better than a group of people at any level, it's very easy to let it like build in you and be like, yeah, like I'm him. Like, so what? Like this is what I do. He's going into the city be like, I have no idea just as much as you guys do. I don't know how I'm doing this shit. Like, and I respect that so much. That is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Like I'll play one game at MLB The Show and like run rule a kid. I'm like, I'm the greatest to ever do it. Like all these kids are below me. I could imagine I'd be insufferable if I was that good at football.
At anything.
Like at anything for that matter.
Yeah.
Like if I played chess, dude, I would checkmate people and flip the board like this on them, hit them with a suck it. Like I would. It doesn't matter what I'd be good at. I just need to find something I'm that good at. Really.
Yes. That might be another new series we need to add to the list. You just try things until you find something you're that good at, and then figure out if you're humble or not. That needs to be a
Because
new
I've
game
always
show.
thought this in the back of my head. Like in the back of my head, I've always thought like, what if Michael Jordan never played basketball? Like what if the greatest at something never did it? What if that's me, dude? What if I have never tried what I'm like secretly really good at and I'll never know? I
Exactly.
want to just try a bunch of random shit. Like I could be the goat at something right now and not even know it.
They should do like trials whenever
Yeah.
you're like 17 years old, like starting to enter like maturity
Fuck
slash
that.
like
12.
adulthood. No, I feel like you're too young at that point. Like there are kids that are really good at baseball at 12, and by the time they're 13, they're invisible. You know what I mean? Like you get a kid kind of as they're figuring out what they want to do with their life, and you're like, all right, here's everything that you can possibly be good at that's worth something. Let it eat. And
What
you
about
just
14? And dude, whenever you start shooting rope, I think you should. That's your cue.
Dude, that's so
Like,
bad. That's so bad.
just saying that there's a natural clock there. It
Where
should
it's
be
almost like, you know
boom.
how
That's your
when
timeline starts.
you're halfway through high school and they're like, all right, do you want to go in like for the college route or the non-college route, where it's like, all right, here's the skill tree, there's 47 different ways you can go, figure out what you're good at first, and where it's almost like making sure people are good at what they should be good at.
This sounds a lot like a way less cool version of the Sky High shit, where they're in the gym and they're like sidekick, hero, like that
Yes.
kind of stuff. And
Yes.
you just got a bunch of people at Dole like welder. Everybody's like, oh man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That is
The
kind of
girls
like
go-
I've
the-
had that thought
The
though.
girl
Like,
version would be way crazier. It'd be like barista, like OnlyFans. Everybody's like, oh, like it'd be crazy.
but I've always had that thought too. Like, what if there's somebody that was better than Michael Jordan that never touched a basketball?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there is that world. There's somebody that can throw 106 miles an hour, but they play soccer.
Yeah, they have no idea.
And then you watch
would
a
like to
soccer
know.
player shoot a basketball when they play a game in America, and it's like, oh, this is why they play
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, another huge shout out this week. First Paramount UFC event. That's
Yes.
UFC is accessible for the first time in a long time. Really cool event. Sucks to see the Harrison Nunez fight get canceled. That was a really big one.
Yes.
Would have been a lot of fun
Yes.
to get to see a co-main like that. Sugar Sean's kind of been on a pretty hard fall off, and this is kind of his
About to say,
chance.
I think he's gonna get his shit rocked. I think Song Yadong is gonna song his dong. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean because I'm in a similar boat. I not super confident in Suga. I doesn't sound like he's super confident in him either, and that's always been a big part of what's helped him succeed at the level that he did. Was he didn't think that he could be touched, and he fought like it in the ring. So he's walking around like he did versus Marab in that last fight, scared to get knocked down. I mean, he's probably gonna lose.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet Song Yadong by probably decision. I think Sugar Sean's just gonna run around and try and knock the hell out. And I'm gonna bet. I think I'm gonna bet Patty Pimblett by submission. I think Patty wrestles Gaethje to the ground and gets him in a full Nelson and taps.
So that was going to be the first thing I talked about when we brought up that fight was John, who is still building the Madison Beer. Oh, I messed it up. Let me pull up my notes here. It's way too long.
The Billy Madison beer, chili bowl.
Yes, dead on. John is still building.
Got it, baby. Come on, locked in.
John is still building that. Sorry, I didn't do my pre-production notes like I normally do today. But John has Patty over Gaethje and a third round submission for Patty. I don't know if those are collective or separate, but that was the text.
I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out.
This fight to me kind of sucks. I personally really like both of these fighters, and fighting's a sport.
I do too. I like Gaethje a lot as well. I gained a lot of respect for Gaethje after I'm sure what everybody else did after the Holloway fight. I was like, and then you start looking back on him like, oh, okay, he's always been like a real dope dude. Like one of the most respectful fighters you can find in any
Nickname.
Just a guy. So it does hurt me to bet against Gaethje, but I love Patty, dude. He's the man. He went on he did another video with Beard Meats Food last week. It was sick. Because originally they're at this wing place somewhere in Europe, and Beard beat Patty's wing record here. So like Patty finished a fight, and then a couple days later, when he's like, finally
Yeah.
putting weight back on, he went and ate like 54 wings at this place in the city. You get like an hour and a half. So Beard goes in there and eats like 60 on the nose or something. And then, or no, he ate 55, I think. He ate one more. And then some random dude came in there and beat it. So Beard and Patty went in there last week to see if they could beat this other dude's wing record. And Patty tapped out at like 20. He was like, I can't do it, man. It's just too much, too much. And then Beard, he proceeded to just sit back and watch Beard house 70 chicken wings in an hour and a half.
Dude, I saw might be one of the worst fantasy punishments I've ever seen. You're only allowed to eat hot dogs as every meal of the day until you've surpassed the amount of hot dogs that Joey Chestnut ate to beat the world record. Imagine having to eat 72 hot dogs straight before you ate anything else.
Oh, dude, I would get so sick. I couldn't do it.
Would it be within the rules to like cut up spaghetti and put it in, or cut up hot dogs and put it in spaghetti sauce?
Yeah, absolutely. That's against the rules. Absolutely against the rules. Wait, are there noodles?
No. Like, I'm just saying, like, just a sauce. Like, you could just toss it in the hot sauce and, like, almost just, like, trick your brain.
I guess technically that's fair. As long as it's just a sauce, it'd be no different than putting condiments on it.
Yeah. Because, like, obviously, like, you would want to go with a couple chili dogs just for the variety. Like, even if it is a lot, like, there's going to be a time where
I would figure out so much shit to put on a hot dog, I think.
Yeah. I feel like, though, if I had 72, a good 45 are just going to be classic nacho cheese dogs. That might be my all-time number one. LSU Tiger Stadium.
Get so tired of that, bro. Dude. Like, you're going to get so tired of nacho cheese dogs.
I don't think so. I get one every single time I go to a LSU baseball game. Like, I couldn't tell you a baseball game I've gone to without it.
Going to LSU Kent State in a couple of weeks.
That's gonna be fun.
It's be cold.
Yeah. So. We'll get to that in a
minute. Another thing I noticed weird about this card is Derek Lewis being a huge underdog. So
I think he's fighting a younger guy. Derek Lewis is kind of tailing the end of his career.
Yeah, I think that's a trap bet. Like, I wasn't going to bet it. I'm going to watch it and hope he wins, but no chance I'm betting that.
And it's one of those ones, too, where it's like if you've made a little bit of money early in the day on whatever's going on, I haven't paid enough attention to the ESPN.
I'm sure there's college basketball going on.
But yeah, like you win enough early in the week to kind of feel like it, and you're like, oh man, the Acosta fight's coming on, whatever, like, I don't care about throwing $10 on Lewis at a 1,700 point favorite or whatever. You know what I mean? I think that's the kind of bet that is more than it is a place a week out. But
yeah,
Derek Lewis being on this card means that it is potentially one of the most fun ones of the year to watch, solely because what'll happen if he gets behind a microphone. It's always awesome. It's a lot more fun.
My balls was hot.
My balls was hot.
Way more fun. Top 10 answer of all time.
Who you got next, Derek? My wife.
He's the man, dude. That guy rules.
I think he's from Louisiana.
Yeah, it is the most hell yeah card ever. Like, if only they would have somehow, like, if they got Conor to just MC it or to promote it. If they just, honestly, bro, I don't understand why Conor wouldn't be a promoter at this point. Because he's done fighting. We'll never see him again.
The things he's done outside of fighting is why we'll never see him as an announcer. And I kind of agree with that about the UFC.
You're soft, dude. You know dang well everything would be better if they're at the podium and Conor's just emceeing the whole thing. You talk shit to this guy, he's clowning you. And they're just like, he just rage baits everybody into like hating each other. That'd be hilarious. So let him get up there and talk shit every week.
Yeah, I don't know though. I'd rather like the guys build.
If you're purely about making bread and making entertainment, dog, he's entertainment money. That follows him everywhere he goes.
He's also not done fighting, I don't think. Like, he's not officially retired. He keeps saying he's gonna come back.
He's done, bro. He's done.
Apparently, Pereira's going after John Jones now, though. That would be a fun White House card.
That'd be a sick fight. It'd be a sick fight.
But yes, to me, the Patty Gaethje fight, getting back to that one, is difficult because where they're at in their careers, like, Gaethje is, if he's at the top, he's kind of nearing his end at the top of his career, and Patty's kind of just getting there. Um, to where it's kind of like the Holloway Dustin fight, where it's like you want Dustin to win because it's his last fight, but you want Holloway to win because he's gonna keep going. Like,
Yeah.
to where I kind of want Patty to win just to for him to have a reason to have a title shot because for the attention that would bring to the sport to him, and the amount of fun it would be to have a belt on him and have him be twice as relevant because he has to make a bunch of appearances with the belt. Be a
Yep.
ton of fun, but also wouldn't hate seeing
Absolutely.
Gaethje get a title shot because of this. I'm
And
gonna.
I would, to your point, I do agree, especially now with how prominent it's going to be on Paramount and everything. Like, we're going to see so much Patty if he wins. Like, that's going to be so sick. Like, I want to see that. That's what I want to pay. That's what I pay Paramount subscriptions for right there.
I get it for free with my Walmart. I don't get it for free. I pay for Walmart and they give it to me as a part of my Walmart subscription.
Uh,
Yep. Alrighty. Added a little something to the suites. Sig added a little hardware. We thought we'd give him credit for it. Megatron still sucks. He's just down there. We're probably not going to do anything to there. Just kind of leave him alone.
Thank you, Megatron.
But Bo, you want to lead it off, or you want me to?
Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Nosebleeds. Give me an animal that I fucking cannot stand, dude. Give me geese. Geese in my nosebleeds this week. Um, I leave to go to Arkansas late tomorrow evening. Saturday morning, it'll be 12 degrees in Humphrey, Arkansas, and I will be blasting geese out of the sky with a giant grin on my face. If you've never worked like in out like at a golf course, bro, the amount of mornings I've spent right when the sun comes up at 5 a.m. leaf blowing goose shit off of greens and having them hiss at
The
me
worst.
and bite my freaking ankles, dude. They are so mean. I cannot stand geese so badly. So as soon as the opportunity arose to shoot them for free, I'm all about it, dude. Get me there right now. So geese, I'm not taking it light. Like we're getting on some ducks Friday morning, and like I like ducks, beautiful animal. You know, I'm gonna feel a little bit bad shooting ducks. Not really, but like you know what I mean. It's like I'm gonna look like a pig in his own shit shooting at geese, bro. I can't wait. So geese, you're in my nosebleed this week. For my sweets, man, I got. I just gotta go Hooters, man. Went last night to sweat out the last leg of my ladder bet in my future. I mean, $12 pitchers. The wings were on time. Like, dude, we timed this so well. I left work right at 5, got there at like 5:25, 5:30, so like an hour before kickoff. They were so fat. Like, I was able to get 2 pitchers in before kickoff. Like, it was awesome. It was me and my buddy who was also tailing this ladder bet. We got 2 pitchers before the game. The waitress came at like 6:10, 6:15 to get our order. The food came out, I kid you not, right as they kicked the ball off. Like kicking the
Perfect.
ball off, this steaming plate of wings gets put right in front of me. I mean, loaded us up on ranch and blue cheese, came with another pitcher. We drank 6 pitchers, like flowing. They were freezing. It was perfect, dude. It was the American dream. They did a raffle at the start of the third quarter, bro, where they gave everybody a free raffle ticket. And they selected 3 winners to get one 10-piece boneless wing a week for the rest of the year for free.
And it's way
I
too
was 2
early in the
numbers
year.
off.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was 2 numbers off. Quite painful, but it was just awesome, dude. Atmosphere was good. Like there was Indiana and Miami fan, like people rooting in there, like bet sweaters, high fiving random people. Like it was just awesome, dude. I feel like there are some bad Hooters, but the one near me, they do a great job, dude. It makes me want to own like a sports bar. Like I would love to own one of these and just be chilling in there watching people like
What
watch
if that's
ball
just where we
all
film the
day.
podcast out of in the future?
Dude, I want to make a lot of money very early and just invest it all into a sports, like an OG sports bar. None of this corporate bullshit. Like, dude, you're getting a picture. You're gonna watch. There's only sports, no Chive TV out here. If there's no sports on, guess who's watching the 2004 ALCS? Like, sorry, it's gonna be on. like,
That's awesome.
it was just awesome. For the last since like early summer, I've been to Hooters a lot. And it hits every time. I'm gonna keep going until it's not good, until they disappoint me. But I had an eye-opening experience while crossed up in a Hooters in Prattville, Alabama, and
I feel like at a
it's
certain
been the best ever.
would it not be better to like just savor it though and almost like use it like don't go until it disappoints you, like just use it like as the place that never disappoints. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it is like that. But what I mean is like, it's my spot. Like if there's a game on, it's like first op. That's my first
Yeah.
option. Like you guys can go here and watch the game. When it disappoints, it's not like oh, you guys want to go here for lunch Tuesday? Like no, dude. Like if I was going to be in town Saturday, it'd be like y'all want to go watch the fight at Hooters.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And like, is it gay to say I'm not even really there for the women? Like I'm not, dog. Like I really frequent wings, and they got good beer, and it's $12
And they have
for
good
a pitcher.
wings. Like
And
the
they're
wings are
great wings, dude.
They have
They're great.
a bunch of different styles, bunch of different flavors. They have the buffalo chicken dip that's amazing. Like
Dude, my dad gets Daytona Beach sauced on fried shrimp, dog.
dude, their steamed
Unreal.
shrimp are insane.
Delicious. Delicious.
I get a half pound like every other time I go, I'd say. That's just my order.
It's so good, dude. Yeah, and dude, $12 for a pitcher. I can't like for that just to be every time you're in there. That's $2.50 a beer. If for a cold 16, I'm like, bro, what are we doing? It's so good. I don't know. They're close to Perma Sweets. Like if I can watch a walk off for either LSU or the Red Sox at a Hooters, like if they're showing the TV whenever they televise all the Red Sox Yankees games.
Yeah.
We walk the Yankees off in Fenway and I'm in a Hooters watching
Or in
it.
Yankee
They're
Stadium.
Perma Sweets, bro.
Like or in Yankee
Well, we wouldn't
Stadium.
walk it off. That's a
Oh
problem.
yeah, true. Never mind.
We wouldn't be
Never mind.
walking it off.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Um,
I need to get into
but that's
baseball
my thing. Like come on, bro. That's when they go to Perma Sweets. They're close. They're knocking on the door. You know what I mean? So,
that'll have to be an updating series. You need to start making it a point. Like if you can see when they're showing, like what channels.
Yeah.
You just need to go whenever the Red Sox game's on and just be like, all right, this is attempt number 7 at watching a walk off in
well, we have our TV schedule.
Yeah.
We can show. I mean, if they're on ESPN, I can just give them to put all the TVs on ESPN.
Yeah.
Because they'll do that because they love their customers.
They let John Daly live there.
That's so sick, dude. So dope.
That's awesome.
I'll kick it to you. That's enough of this talk.
So for my nosebleeds, being from Louisiana, I'm going to just go ahead and put the weather in my area this week. We're expected between 12 to 16 inches of snow this weekend, and I'm not built for that much. Like, a couple inches of snow to be able to build a snowman or huck a snowball at somebody, like, that's cool. You get to the point where you can't even see what shoes you're wearing in snow, that's a little much. Like, I probably won't leave the house for a couple days, if that's the word. And
you're gonna be off. You're gonna be off for work. That's dope.
I already am. I worked one day this week, and it was Monday, and something came up, and I had to take off. So, ownership transition.
Crazy.
But for my sweets, this one's fairly positive. I'm gonna go with my new car, man. I purchased my first ever car a couple weeks ago. Had a car, but it was a gift when I was in high school, and so I've been driving that since my senior year of high school in 2020. And last year it became old enough to vote, and I was really hoping it didn't make it to the point where it was old enough to drink because I couldn't have afforded that habit as well. But yeah, it finally kind of kicked the bucket. I was forced to buy a new car. And I kind of decided to go with something a little bit nicer, and it gives me like the adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist and all that. And I had to drive my dad's car to the airport the other day because it was cold enough for the road to freeze, and that car has all-wheel drive. And
yeah,
dude, I'm spoiled. I forgot like what it feels like to actually have to drive a car, and I don't want to go back. I'm ready for robots to take over so I can just sit in the back and play on my phone.
Fully agree with that.
But yeah, I was telling my
dad. They
dad
have those like robot Ubers now and shit.
I don't trust that. But you see, have you seen how many TikToks have you seen of I'm stuck inside this robot, this Uber robot? You know what I mean? I've seen like 50. I feel like
that's
And my aunt got stuck in one because it was in a
Damn.
parking lot, and somebody in front of them was stopped in like a non-designated stopping spot or something like that, to where it was waiting on that car to move before it let her out. But she was in the parking lot of the place she was trying to get to, and it still wouldn't let her out. So that she had to wait like 10 minutes for that car to move out of the way.
Damn.
But
That's lame.
also shout out Indiana. They deserve to be in the sweets. Miami, a little bit lower on the
For sure. I
poll,
thought that
but
was a given.
Miami. We'll go ahead and switch right into it. I'll change up the screen. Miami played a lot better game than I expected them to. Part of me was thinking I had a decent chunk of money on Miami just because my whole family up here is Miami fans, so had a lot of heart in it. As well as just kind of thinking if it does happen, it'd be pretty cool. Don't bet money you're not willing to lose, so I was willing to lose that money to bet it. And part of me was thinking about hedging Indiana 20.5 minus 20.5, and like I'd have been so pissed because I would have lost on Miami and lost that because like Miami really put on a showing. Their defense put more pressure on Mendoza than about any other team I've watched play this year, if not better than any other team we've watched them play this year. And a lot of people have come out and said a lot about Mendoza's stats, and like I think it'd be hard for any quarterback to get a lot of good stats against that defense. Like that was a very high pressure, good defense. They might not have been as insane in the secondary, but like they weren't bad. Look at how many bombs they had. The two best plays they had were comeback routes. Like they were good. They weren't great.
He wants to listen. No, like I think I agree. I think Miami was like the perfect storm to compete with this Indiana team. Like just a physical team that's just not gonna let you run away with it. Like Indiana wants to run away with the game, and
there were a couple times you felt like it was gonna happen.
Yeah, there really were, and Miami just stayed composed and battled back in. Like I don't know, I it's crazy that they like. I feel like the two teams that were in there were the correct two teams to be there. You know what I mean?
Completely agree.
Like two most deserving, and I know Miami's regular season wasn't good. The record is, but like a hot Miami easily is I would vote as the second best team in the country, and it showed. I mean, it's obvious. Like it's closest game. You know, like
look at the two teams that they played before Miami and how much they beat them by, and then look at how this Miami team played. Like I know that they didn't play each other or whatever, but like Miami and Indiana played each other, and they both played other teams. Like you kind of put a little comparison there.
Yeah. I mean, give it to them. I mean, that team's so physical. Like they hit hard. They got pressure. They ran the ball. Like I mean, they had a drive to make. They had the game winning drive there. They could have. We could be sitting here if Beck doesn't throw such a like underthrown ball. We could be having a whole different conversation.
I was about to call
here.
that out. If he threw that ball 5 yards further, we might be having a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
but
yeah, or if he just throws a different route and decides to just run it back next play and see what they got. Like I will say, Cignetti's got some of the biggest castagnas on the face of the earth. 4th and 5, Natty on the line. You're going to call QB draw? You're a psychopath. Like, you're insane. You know how poorly that looks if he does not get that?
That and the fact of him calling it out that he's like, oh yeah, we put that into the system this week for a specific defense they had. Like, it wasn't like oh, what are we going to do, QB draw? It was like if we're in this situation back against the wall and we have nowhere else to go, this is where we're going to go. And it worked. And it worked. Like, when that happened, I kind of knew that was when Miami lost. Like, the game wasn't over.
It's crazy to have it's crazy to have your Heisman moment after you already win the Heisman. You know,
yes,
like that's one of the best Heisman moments I've ever seen. Just 4th and 5, Natty on the line, call your own number and refuse to go down. I mean, there was 4 times he could have been tackled in that play. He just spun off of it, dove in the end zone like that. That's one of the most memorable plays of all time. I think there could even be a goal line dive statue outside of Bloomington, Indiana's football field.
And in the same breath, like, he's a quarterback. He's not a full-time ball carrier to where there's a world where the ball comes flying out and a Miami player picks it up and they win by 10. Like, I think that was such a big momentum
Yeah.
swing at the point it was in the game, as well as it was a 4th and 5. They call a timeout after sending the field goal unit out. So you're kind of questioning, like, oh, they're not going to go with anything crazy here. At worst, they're going to send a goal line
Yeah.
fade to keep Miami in bad field position. And no, up the middle.
Right.
Fernando Mendoza, Heisman,
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Come stop it.
yeah. That and the fact that Mendoza was a lifelong Miami fan who they didn't even allow to walk on as a 2-star. Like, he doesn't seem like a very vengeful guy, but I know at a certain part of him, he was like, these are the guys that didn't want me, and now they're the ones sad in the locker room, and here I am on their field celebrating in the red confetti.
Yeah, and to do that in front of like all his hometown like friends and family, like every single storyline about it is just awesome.
Yes,
it really is.
And it would have been too if Miami would have won, and that's just kind of one of the bad things
Yeah,
about this one.
100%.
Is like there's a lot of worlds like last year. Last year, a lot of people, if you're a Michigan guy, you wanted Notre Dame to win more than anything, even with how much you dislike Notre Dame. And I mean, like, so many people have hatred for both those teams to where like there's a team that you don't want to watch win the national championship. This year it was almost there's not a team you want to watch lose the national championship. The Ray Lewis to Carson Beck moment where, I mean, there was just that little tiny snippet of conversation that camera guy caught, and I mean, that could have made that one dude's entire career had that moment went right for Carson Beck. Just that one little snippet for every 60-minute, whatever ESPN special they do on that for the next 50 years since it's Miami and the comeback of the U.
And people really, I know that the last of the game, I exclude that. That is what it is. You're forced to sling it right there to double coverage. It doesn't matter.
He had nowhere else to go.
I think Carson Beck deserves so much credit for how he handled his team this year. To go into a new system after being you're at Georgia for 4 or 5 years. Miami just had the number 1 overall pick quarterback leave, coming into a new system, and we've only ever known one. And to lose 2 regular seasons, like the Louisville loss, like they were like top 5 whenever they lost to Louisville, like Halloween weekend, and that just made them look bad. And they had to battle. I mean, they got dropped so many spots after that. Like they really didn't get a fair crack at it. Like every loss to Hell's was heavily punished, and then even when he wins a game or two, like you're still making memes about him. Like Carson Beck deserves some respect, bro. He played like so good down the stretch, and really he had a great season. He is a good quarterback. Like he is not bad by any means at all. I don't think. I think people just, if you're not a first round quarterback, like you just don't get respect in the internet anymore, and that's crazy. That's ridiculous to me because he is so talented, and I even think that he could be like a bridge starter and be very good at that.
I think he's just carried himself in a way that has made people dislike him, not because of his play.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think a lot of it is off the field stuff with women. To which I counter: if I was the starting quarterback at Georgia for 4 years and then one at Miami, I'd be the biggest chotch to walk around with 2 feet. I mean, it is what
it is. Back to our conversation.
Like, yes, exactly. That'd be insufferable. Like, and if you say you wouldn't, you're a liar. You're lying to yourself, bro. Sorry, my boy is very sleepy, and he's been by himself all day. He's getting a little needy, so I'm gonna have to tend to him.
You're all good.
Look at that sleepy face right there. He's so tired.
All right, and last up, our favorite. Glad it's back. We got baseball. It's not really back, but to us, now that football's dead,
it's not like officially back until after the Super Bowl. But to me, it's always baseball.
Yep. No team we really, really care about is left in the NFL playoffs to where it's almost just like cool. We get to watch more football type thing. I'm not a huge NFL guy right now. Feel kind of the same way about the NBA. Sucks to be a Pelicans fan right now. Still tune in as much as I can, but it's definitely not as fun as it was. But baseball I love, and I will get into that as early as I can, and that starts now.
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic has kind of been my frontal thinking right now in college baseball. Really
Mhm.
excited for both. I think LSU is going to be pretty dominant again.
Yeah, crazy to have us at number 2, but sure,
Hey, that one
you know.
shortstop that he's going to catch every single ball that gets hit off of a bat.
Yeah,
It's
Rod
all of them.
Shavlowski is a second coming, bro. Like, what are we doing?
I I'd understand it if he was like the best player in the country in a starting pitcher or a center fielder. Like, and I understand that a shortstop has a lot of value on a field because it's like one of the harder positions. But it's like I don't know. I feel like just because you have a
We're gonna
good
see.
shortstop, yeah.
It's like you play in the Big Ten, bro. Like baseball in the Big Ten, really? Like, I don't know. But I will say I am very excited to watch us go down to Jacksonville this year. Finally got out of the Houston one because the Houston one you can't watch it. It's on that stupid
Yeah.
fucking Astros network. It was stupid.
Well,
So
yeah, I always just watched it on YouTube. I forget what it was. There was some YouTube. It was
Cajun
yep.
Cajun the goat, the goat. Yeah, so I really, I think that Jacksonville tournament's gonna be awesome.
I'm also excited
Hyped up
just
for that.
based on the fact that the teams that play in it aren't as good. Like I don't want to be playing Baylor A&M in Texas and in a freaking tournament that
Like
doesn't matter that we're just playing
it's
because it's
good.
cool
That's
to play at
good.
a new stadium.
That's good for you. That's what you need. That's good for you.
Not when you play in the SEC and you already have a top 5 preseason level schedule. Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, but like you never know what kind of teams you're going to run into in the postseason, ACC, Big 12, and then
Well,
even
Texas
if it's
is
not one of the
SEC
teams,
now.
right? But I mean, the
Yeah.
Baylor's, the Dallas Baptists that play in it sometimes. K State was in it a couple years ago. Like
Yeah.
even if you don't end up seeing those teams, you have a mutual opponent now, or
Yeah.
even you made a connection with that coach. You can call that coach up. Hey, coach, what did you see about this? Like, hey, I'm going over scouting reports. How did you guys attack this hitter? How did you guys,
Mm,
like that kind of stuff that's very important.
yeah.
So
I I really I hope that Schmidt kid does pretty well this year. If that's who I'm thinking about, the kid. There's one guy on
Will
LSU.
Smith,
He was like top 10 or top 20 in draft projections. In the same class as Curiel, decided to come to LSU. Very high
Schmitty,
velocity, very low control.
is Schmitty.
Yes. Hopefully he can
Yeah,
gain some
he's
control
got
this
definitely
year.
he's got a door to be a weekend starter.
That and like
I
Bo said
imagine he'll
last time.
start the year.
Bo said last time, like if
Right?
Sunday just starts to kind of become a revolving door of some random dude chunking 98, that's not a bad place to be in.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's going to be Case and Evans is your Friday night guy for sure. I don't think Schmidt's probably going to start out as our Saturday because I think Zach Cowan just fits a Sunday start so well that Arsenal does. You
Yeah.
know, so I think it's arguably the best 1-2-3 punch in baseball. Um,
I'm so ready to see this jersey get worn again on Sundays. It's one of the best.
yeah, absolutely is. And very excited that like both of our teams we like this year, they're so pitching dominant. Like our rotations,
Speaking
like
of that, let's just go straight into that. Right now, Red Sox pitching staff, dude.
I do. Wait,
It
didn't we do
makes
this last time? Or no?
I don't know, but let's just talk about it again because of how happy it makes me right now with the recent acquisition. Your ace, Garrett
Yeah,
Crochet. Cy Young runner up
big.
to one of the more dominant Cy Young guys in the last couple years. Like if Tariq Skubal isn't as dominant as he is, like they give it to Crochet because Skubal won it last year.
Yeah.
But he was that good. Then you sign Ranger Suarez for your number 2. Like solidified number 2, 1.48 ERA in the postseason. Guy you want pitching in Fenway Park or wherever else we go on the road in the playoffs. In the 3, you got Sonny Gray. Not much to say there. A proven veteran talent. Only have him for a year. Hoping a
Really
ton of
good fit.
success. Yes. Your number 4 pitcher now is Brian Bayo. Brian Bayo went from
Who was your number 2?
your number 2 to your number 4, not because he's gotten any worse. He got better last year and is still
Much
going
better.
to be the number 4 because of how much more talent you added to this roster. And here's
Yeah.
the thing, Sonny Gray leaves after a year. Brian Bayo continues to get better at the level that he is. Like, Brian Bayo is a Sonny Gray level pitcher in a year. You're looking for a number 4, or potentially you're not looking next year, and you're paying a bat.
No, because Oviedo has team control. You just bump him to the 4, and then you have either earlier Tolley, whoever's still on the roster at that point, or Cutter Crawford, or Kyle Harrison, or
Tanner Houck.
Yeah. Yeah, so many good. We're such a good spot on the mound.
Oh, and Jordan Hicks. We have him for like another 3 years.
Yeah, and I wish they would strap him on the next rocket to leave out of NASA.
SpaceX. I think they do all the stuff for USA now.
Word.
But yeah, we can go back into college if you want to talk about that. We don't even have to talk anymore Red Sox. I just wanted to get into the pitching staff. It made me that happy. Just Ranger Suarez. I love it.
I do too.
Bo, I think there's something that you had a little passion that you told me to wait until we were on the show to talk about that we can kind of get into as our lead up. Certain individual
Was it Zach
playing.
York?
Nah, certain individual playing on a certain team. Clayton.
Oh, yeah, okay. Here's my thing. Clayton Kershaw playing for Team USA. Ooh. I understand you're doing this because, you love playing for your country. Like, you love your country. Whatever. If you loved your country, you shouldn't waste a fucking roster spot of a 4-year-old who won't see any. He might not even see low leverage spots. Like, he
You don't
serves
think he's
no
going to
use
pitch
to-
versus Team Italy?
Bro, he's retired. Coach, let him be a pitching coach or some shit, or an assistant. Who
Yeah, but,
cares?
like-
You get the ring. You get it the same way. He's not like he doesn't need to be out here pitching, bro. Like, we have so many options we can go with, and you're wasting a roster spot because you want another medal.
You put up 3 in the first and 5 in the second inning on Italy. Put up another run in the third. You put in Kershaw in the fourth and say, look, dude, don't give up 10 runs and we're not going to lose this game. And that way you don't have an actual MLB starter, like, potentially blowing out an elbow. That's like my only kind of thought process for kind of that, and morale. Like, he's not going to be your captain, but like he's kind of your locker room captain is kind of what
he does just as good. He does just as good as that if he's a pitching coach. He does more of that if he's an assistant pitching coach.
Yeah,
he does more of that because his job solely is to work with those guys in there. And like what if he goes out there and he throws 2 innings, gives up 6 earned, like, just bombs, and then we don't see him again? That's how you'd rather go out? Not the World Series. Now your last outing is you gave up a 5 spot in 1 inning to Chinese Taipei. That's what you want? Like, I don't understand why you'd want to. Yeah, like, I'm sure he dreams of a, magical sending off to his career playing for the country. Cool. The likelihood of that is so much less than what if he fucking tears the UCL? Like,
he's retired. It doesn't matter. Like, what does it matter if he can throw a baseball if he's sitting on his couch?
I'm sure he would if he can do it now. Like, that would suck to tear your ACL right after you retired. That'd be worse.
But it's a lot better than like 20 years ago.
You made it through a 20-year career. Now you can't play catch with your son. None. Like, because you wanted to pitch against Taiwan, dickhead. Like, you could have had a young reliever we're actually going to use. That pisses me off.
Yeah, I get that.
It really does. I don't know, dude. That shit just drives me nuts, bro.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing about it is, too, though, I will say, I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing. Like, I'd be a hypocrite here and say I wouldn't do it. It's different looking at your own shoes. I'm sure if the offer was on the table. Now, look, if they're the only way I'll stay mad at this after the thing goes is if there's somebody that was snubbed from the roster that they interviewed and he's like, yeah, I wanted to play. I wanted to be on the team. I would have been on the team had I got the ask. And we didn't ask him because we wanted to be, Clayton Kershaw's on the team. Like, this is country versus country, dude. This
yeah. You think there are a couple guys there that like don't want to play because they don't like want to mess up on the national stage, but then when they're asked about it in spring training, they're like, "I would have played if they'd asked me." Like,
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, but it's like, what if we're coming down the stretch there, we're running really, really low on pitching, trying to get past Japan and trying to beat Japan in the championship game where we're down to our last two arms and one of them's fucking Kershaw. I don't feel good about that. You have to look at every single roster, like every single pitcher on your roster spot like that. Like if we're coming down to the stretch, we need somebody to go out there and get us 6 outs from innings 7 through 8 against Shohei Ohtani, Munetaka Murakami, Ha-Seong Kim, like, well, rest in peace, Ha-Seong Kim. Jung Ho Lee, like, they've got to go get all these guys out. We need 6 outs from him. Do I feel comfortable trotting this guy out there? And the consensus answer is no with Clay Kershaw. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, I get that.
It might not be a no, but it's definitely less than somebody you could have had.
Dude, if you can't call on Skeens or Scooble to get you 6 outs, that's gonna be a problem. Like I understand that either one of them's bullpen guys, but like in that situation, Skeens would go in for sure.
Well, who do you think's getting you to the championship game? You can't save a big bullet. You know, your
Yeah, I
three
know.
starters going to start the championship
Definitely
game.
depends on who's
So they all
healthy.
are going to be coming off of 120 pitches within the last 2 days. They can't.
They're not throwing
That's just not
120,
even
I
an
don't
option.
think.
What if they need to? What if they need to?
I mean,
You can't sit here. You can't put a pitch limit when you're trying to win a championship. If you're going for the gold medal, there's no pitch limit. If they need 120 out of Skeens, Skeens is fucking throwing 120. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You can't go in with that assumption.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we'll see. It might be a talented enough roster for one spot to not matter as much as other teams.
And I hope it is. I hope it is.
Like the
It's
Dodgers.
just
If the
not a risk
Dodgers
I'll take.
lost half of their baseball team, like they're still a contender.
Yeah, but they're not playing other countries.
I understand.
No team Puerto Rico coming for them. You know, there's
Yeah.
no team that's got J Rod 1, Juan Soto 2. Like,
J Ram 3.
that lineup isn't out there. Yeah.
What is just the NL is the All-Star game. That's the only other time we'll see it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But
yeah, you had a little Dodgers talk you wanted to get into, huh?
yeah, I mean, we didn't do the Tucker signing, so
Yeah.
maybe we did. I don't know, just where do we go from here, How do you feel like we have baseball now? Like, I understand the great thing about baseball is that you have to throw it over the plate. You have to get those guys out. Anybody can beat anybody. I get that. It's just a different animal when it comes to a postseason.
Yeah.
It is. Like the regular season's one thing. You can't buy a World Series. You can't do it. You can buy a certain amount of postseason wins, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a clear advantage. Like, I don't know. Shit's got to change, bro.
I feel like too, like it's also just
I
calling
think it's
out
bad for
baseball. Yeah, I was gonna say too, like the fact that all these teams are making a ridiculous amount of money, and because one team is making a little bit more than the others, they just every other team uses as an excuse. Look at them; they make more money than us. We're not gonna spend as much as them. Like that doesn't make sense. And it's like you might make more
Right.
money if you spent more money, like, and we're more competitive. Like if any team were to start spending in the American League, because the Mets are kind of doing it, but I don't know, they're the other team in New York, and they're still have a higher payroll, so kind of shows where they're at. But
Well, the Blue Jays are kind of trying to do it, but like they go out and they be aggressive on Okamoto and Dylan Cease, but then it's like you were in both the Bo Bichette and Kyle Tucker markets and you whiffed and had no clear pivot to it. So now they wanted to use Okamoto as a utility guy. Well, it's like that plan's out the window. He's your third baseman. Like,
Yep.
Which, don't get me wrong, it's still a great infield. It really is. They're probably still, if not the American League favorite, the second favorite to win the American League in my book. It's never Seattle, Like,
I don't know. I just felt like if any other team were to spend, it would almost be like everybody versus Bama type thing, where like whether you were a Georgia fan, a Tennessee fan, or an Ohio State fan, if they were playing Alabama, you were cheering on the other team. Like if another team were to spin to that level, they'd probably gain a lot of fans and a lot of attention, not because they're as good as the Dodgers or they spin as much as the Dodgers, but at least they're trying.
Right.
Because that's the thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like I don't understand why more American League teams aren't spending like that talent. Like Bo Bichette just left the American League. Trying to think who like. I mean, Kyle Tucker wasn't in the American League last year, but I'm
Is
trying
part
to
of it
think
too,
who
you
else
think
signed
like
out.
the American League is looking at it like if our roster's good enough to get us to the World Series, our momentum can carry us past a talent threshold or whatever.
That's exactly what I would think.
To
You
where
know,
it's
and
like,
that's the most frustrating thing about the Red Sox not going for this. It's like the team to beat really. Like you're going to see the Blue Jays a million times this season. You're going to know what they're bringing to the table if you have to face them. I'm not Seattle. We have a rotation that goes toe to toe with Seattle now. I mean, it's
yeah,
probably still a step down, but it's toe to. It's any given night, 1 through 5. Like, you know
I
what
don't
I
even know
mean?
that it's a
And
step down at this point. Like some of their guys have gone
it's
up and down
close.
a little
It's
bit. But yeah, I'd
yeah,
say
but
we
like
might be a hair below them.
I
But
think Gilbert, Castellanos, Brian Wu,
I forgot
um,
about Wu. Yeah, they're probably that step above. I forgot how good
George
he's doing.
Kirby, George Kirby. Like
Yeah,
rotation's gross, and they have Kate Anderson coming up in the minors. Like rotation's only getting better. Like
yeah,
they can literally dump Castillo. If Kate Anderson's ready at the deadline, they can dump Castillo for a bat
yeah.
and plug Kate. Like it's ridiculous. But even so, they just lost Jorge Polanco. That was a huge bet for them down the stretch and in the playoffs. Like that's maybe not regular season rise, but like when it comes down to having to beat them, that's a huge loss for them. Like you
Yeah.
should be going out there at least trying to grab one more bat and saying, let's like pony up, like let's do this. This is our run. And then yeah, when it's World Series, then it's all bets are off. Like anything can happen. Like you need to worry about getting through the AL. And I really think they have made a push to get through the AL. Just don't know if they've done enough to get over.
Eugenio
I
Suarez.
unbiased. You'd have to make some different moves because I don't want him playing third base.
Yeah, I
And
don't
you're
hate
gonna
it.
have to pay him too much to be. You're gonna have to pay him too much to be a platoon DH. You just are.
Yeah, I don't know.
I,
I don't hate him that much at third. At least not right now. Like
no, I think he would hit 60 home runs for Boston, but he strikes out a lot. And we have 4 of the top 20 ground ball producing pitchers in the league between
oh yeah,
Bayo, Gray, Crochet,
and
and
Suarez.
Flores. That's 4 of the top. That's 3 top 10, 4 top 20.
Yes. I
That's why
understand where you're
Paredes
at
and
there.
Homer are come up. So like,
I think
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
have to
You
pay
can't take
too
a
much
Taylor
for
Circuit.
Paredes.
Not from what I've heard. But you know what I've heard, bro? I've heard that it's Duran and like a middle tier prospect for Paredes and Brian Abreu, bringing in some like elite bullpen help, bro.
That I wouldn't hate.
I would do that deal in a heart. I love Jaron Duran. He brings so much to this team. But to plug in 2 holes and clear up a log jam and you give
Yeah,
Christian Campbell an opportunity, I would do that trade 10 times out of 9. That's
yeah.
such a good deal. If that's really on the table, if that's a legitimate offer, I would do it. I would give him Romero in that deal, really. Hate to say it, but I would.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's funny. It's part of me wishes I hate to say this, best experience I've ever had. Like I wish it could be him instead, but I also understand why. Like I feel like Duran has more value in a trade. Duran has definitely accomplished a lot more. But Willier is just that
well,
guy that like
the thing
as
is,
soon as you leave him on the back burner, it's the pot that's gonna boil over. Like it as soon as you forget that he exists, he's hitting 45 home runs in a season and he's winning the platinum glove. Like
yeah, Willier's a Gold Glover. He's 4 years younger. He's got more team control. He hits for more power. You know, like I last year I was on the train of trade Willier. It doesn't make any sense to let go of Durant, and I think in my heart I really do think that. Like I, as a fan perspective,
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad situation to be in as a fan. You like two guys, you want them both to stay here, but there's a world where it makes sense for one of them to play somewhere else.
well we're pretty much 2 years into kicking this can down the road, and it's like it's shit or get off the pot. It really is. It's like
Yeah.
you don't want there to be a certain point where other teams start going, if you don't have a good offer for us, like we have the leverage because you have a log jam. And if the Red Sox don't believe that, they need to give us a presser and say, hey, our plan is to have Sadon be a super utility.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb as hell. I think it was great his first year. I mean, he was playing shortstop, like cool, super utility your first year. And last year, he showed you a huge step up with the bat. He cut down his chase rate. He 264, and showed great pop and plays platinum glove defenses. Now it's like that's a season where he says, "Hey, I'm your center fielder."
Yeah.
Like there's every MLB team, the Dodgers have 7, but there's like a handful of guys that you pencil in every day, no ifs, ands, or buts. He has to be one of your guys. Even if you pencil him to the 9 spot, because he's streaky, I get that. You don't like you didn't take Jackie Bradley Jr. out of center field when you had him here.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb. Because you're actively losing WAR there. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole definition of WAR. Like you're putting a replacement player in there who is costing you outs and runs and wins right there. Like so it just doesn't make sense. But even so, I cannot disagree with it the whole time. He still is going to play Gold Glove second base. He's going to make a little few flubs, but he's going to get to balls. His range value is great. But if that's what you wanted to do, throw a presser and say, hey, Sadon's we have say, hey, it doesn't make sense for the trade market right now to get rid of one of these great bats. It makes more sense for us to play him in second so we can work all these guys in.
Yeah.
I'd rather them say that than sit here and because I don't want it for Durant. You know how hard it is for Durant to play games with only thing he hears. He doesn't hear Durant had a great game. He doesn't hear Durant made a hell of a catch today. He hears Durant's in trade talks with this. His name's floating around. He's heard that for a year and a half now, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much more credit to him for how good he's playing. Everybody said, "Oh, it's a step down. He's gonna regress." Like, no, he has played a full season where he goes to bed every day going, "I don't know where I'll play baseball." Like,
I don't know if this is my house when I wake up tomorrow.
Yes, like you can't let your 1/3 hole hitter think that every day. And for him to have produced a 260 season with the power surges he had, it's so much credit to him. Like,
I love.
I don't know how he does that. Really,
I miss him.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best.
It's either so far gone that no one questions it, or that's a homer, like every time. Like that's my favorite thing in the world is just watching a baseball fly through the air, thinking it's an out, and then your team is winning by even more or losing by even less.
Yeah, it's like he hits them in spurts. Like he doesn't just hit one here, one here. Like he'll go like a couple weeks out, and then he go like 3. He'll play a weekend series where he hits 1 a game. It's like it's so fun to watch when he's stroking the ball.
You feel like you watch him connect as hard as he possibly can on one, and it goes to the warning track, and then you watch him like just swing one just to get the bat off of his shoulder, and it goes dead center by 30 feet, and it's like that's not mathing.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the video the other day of Sadon sliding into third on his hands and knees, dude, and that like I love it. I miss it. I want baseball.
I do too, man. I can't wait for it. I just want to get something. I want to get some clips. The thing that always gets me, I don't know if they do these anymore because I haven't seen one in a while. Do they still do Wilson Glove Days? Do you know? Do you know what that is?
Like, yeah, where they go around and show everybody's. Like, I think it's become, with the rise of social media and whatnot, it's almost like the players just, like, making oh, thank you, Marucci, for giving us all these gloves. And, like, rather than Marucci giving themselves credit or Wilson, giving themselves credit for giving them gloves. It's the players posting on their socials to their fans like, look how cool Wilson is. They gave me this crazy glove that you guys are going to watch me use all season. Like, looks a little bit better from that angle.
Yeah, but those were my that was like first week of March. Like, all right, baseball's here. I'll sit in class all day and just watch Wilson Glove days. Like people
Yeah.
unboxing just the pro issues and people like getting their custom pieces in, like and hearing their stories about why they engraved it. Like that always was were the best videos ever to me.
That, and with how much more customization there's been recently, like I feel like some of the guys like to keep their stuff hidden a little bit longer as well. Like they don't like to say anything about it until they bring it out, and it's their thing to bring out and tell their story.
Yeah,
which is kind of like you're saying, like it's them talking through the engravements and whatnot. But now they're doing that once a month and not once a season.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I did see one the other day for the Loco Beach Coconuts banana ball team.
Nah, stupid. I call it minor leagues. It's stupid.
All right,
I will say I've been looking at some there's some places like I may be living soon. And I definitely like every time like I'm hearing like stuff come up, I like look up that area, see if there's like a minor league team within an hour from them. Cause like I will have season tickets and those will be my boys. Like no matter where I go, dude, minor league season ticket holder, that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
addicted to the game.
Where I bought my car from, I had to pass a minor league stadium, and it made me think. I was like, yeah, I want to go there. Especially
Was it the Norfolk Tides?
No, it's the Flying Squirrels.
Oh hell yeah! I didn't realize you're so. Is that Richmond?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize you're so close to them.
I'm like 20
Norfolk
minutes.
is Virginia, right? Did I make that up?
Yeah, no, Norfolk's Virginia. I'm like an hour from Norfolk Stadium, probably 45 from the Flying Squirrels, I'd say.
Okay. Dang, dude, you have to go get out there.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I can watch some former Red Sox prospects play for the San Diego or San Francisco system, because that's who the Flying Squirrels are. Is San Francisco. Go watch old what's his name?
What if
Montgomery?
No, he's not there.
No, he got traded to the White Sox.
Yeah, he's in Chicago.
There was a switch hitter that we traded to they gave us Tibbs back is what it was. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah. But you know, if Raffy ever makes a rehab start, if he gets hurt and makes a rehab start, you're right there.
I don't know.
You would have to. You would have. You would have to go see it. You know you would. If Raffy Devers is playing ball, if Raffy Devers is playing 30 minutes from your house, you're going to watch it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I probably have to. I'm hitting him with a I play third as loud as I can.
I play third!
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
I have to.
You're sick.
That could have been so sick. The fact that neither one of them's on this team is pretty infuriating, but it is what it is.
Nothing we can do about it, brother.
Any
it is what it is.
Final thoughts here? Well, wait, we completely forgot to talk NFL playoffs. Do we want to talk that real quick and at least just kind of like we'll end the podcast on our picks and why? Go like a minute or two on each.
It's a waste. You know what? No, it's not. I'm gonna pivot this. I want to take Broncos spread just because everybody sits here and goes, it's a waste to even have the Broncos in it right now. Like, why have Stidham? I think Stidham can win the game. I really do. I'm not afraid to say it. I think Broncos defense is so good that they can put themselves in position for Stidham to not have to do much. And Dobbins may play.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what the line is. I think I'm going to bet Broncos spread this week. I think I'm going to be a madman.
5.5 right now.
That's way too low. I changed my mind.
It is kind of funny though. I saw something that kind of I have not fact checked it, but I just saw it and I thought it was kind of interesting. Everybody talking about how cupcake the Patriot schedule was, which it was. But the fact that Drake May has now beat 3 top 5 defenses in the playoffs, just they're playing another really
Yeah.
good defense. I think this will be a game won or lost by defense in that case, whether it's the Patriots being able to stop the backup or whether it's the Broncos being able to stop Drake May.
Yeah.
But the other game, Seahawks by 1 billion.
Billions. My phone's at 3%. It may cut off. I just realized that.
You're good.
Gotta
This is
speed
like
this.
last
Gotta
thing.
speed this. Who do the Seahawks play?
The Rams.
Rams? Yeah, Seahawks by 3 million.
The Shaheed return registered as an earthquake on the Richter in Seattle as well. Thought that was
You
pretty
know,
awesome.
hold on.
Have no idea where Bo's going.
My phone's still on.
Yeah. Sorry, but You're all
I
good.
wanted to be able to finish this. Didn't realize it was that low. Okay. Tell me when.
You're all good. I never stopped it. I'm just gonna cut back in.
Okay. Did you see the view? This one guy was outside of the stadium and you could only see like the stadium wall was blocking the left side of the field. So you could only see the right side. And so you just watch Shaheed like come into frame, like running with like 8 dudes trailing him.
I've
And then
not
it's
seen
like the
that, but I'm
view.
gonna go look it up. That's
Go look
awesome.
it up. And it's somebody, yeah, you can only see the right side of the field is blocking. Somebody said that's how Fetty Wap watched the kick return. Like, dude, it was making me laugh so hard.
Talking about Fetty Wap, dude. Dude is yoked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else do you do in jail? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the same thought I had. But yeah, I think the game's in Seattle and in Denver as well. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch on the field talking trash after on the field in San Francisco. Imagine them getting Michael Crabtree and Richard Sherman to just be together on the same interview panel at some point during Super Bowl week. That'd be hilarious.
Crazy. Dude, I will say San Francisco, New England Super Bowl would be so epic.
You talking about Seattle?
That's what I meant. I don't
Yeah.
know why I said San Francisco. You got me thinking Crabtree. Yes, Seattle, New England Super Bowl would be freaking awesome.
It'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah, that's what we're going for here.
That and the fact that it feels like a fresh matchup is hilarious. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah. Everything with football has this year, dudes. It's the
well,
best.
I just meant, didn't we watch them play? And haven't we? This will be the third time we've watched those two specific teams play in a Super Bowl. They played back-to-back Super Bowls.
No, that's Denver, Seattle.
No, they had remember, because you had the Seahawks win, and then the year after was the Butler interception on the 1 yard line.
Oh shit! Well, the Seahawks beat the Seahawks.
They went
didn't beat
1
the
and 1.
Broncos.
The
Seahawks didn't beat the Patriots, bro.
I thought they did.
No, Eli's the only guy to beat Brady in a Super Bowl, right?
Really?
Yeah, the Seahawks beat the Broncos, and then the Broncos beat Broncos beat the Panthers, and the Seahawks beat the Broncos, and then Patriots beat the Seahawks. I think
they've played in the Super Bowl 3 times. They won against Denver and they lost to New England. My bad. I thought that was Patriots. Well, I guess Seattle has a chance to get back from the Malcolm Butler interception.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they should just suit up Marshawn Lynch just in case there is a 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 from the goal line to win the game. Just be like, you've had. Did we talk about this last week? Was this what we talked about?
Potentially.
We may have mentioned this last week, but just hey, you've had 10 years of cooped up anger about this. Like, use it. Go run through a motherfucking face over and over and over and over and over and over. That's
He's
one
gonna
of the
jump
funniest
backwards
things.
with enough force to truck 3 people, dude. Just
Beastquake Part 2 would be in the Louvre, bro.
I went when we were in Vegas one of the last times since I believe he's either a Vegas native or he's wherever the Raiders are. Um, but I was in one of the malls at one of the casinos and they had a beast mode store, and so I wanted to walk in it just to see what was offered. And in the back was a Marshawn Lynch beast mode Skittles vending machine, and I paid like $6 for like an ice cream cup full of Skittles with the beast mode logo on it. Some of the most stale Skittles I've ever tried to eat in my life.
Uh,
Before I just took another 3 steps out of the door and just dumped them in the first trash can I saw to keep the cup. But I always thought that was funny. My dad was like, "You're a weirdo," and I'm like, "Dude, that dude was an animal growing up, and I love Skittles partly because of him."
thanks.
You had Skittles and Airheads as the two best the running backs in football for a minute there, with Kamara and Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, the Skittles era was so cool. Forget about that. Yeah, I think that's probably all I've got.
Yep. Got a couple fun T-shirts coming this way for the podcast. Just make that announcement. Made a order with a gift card this week, so some new things added to the rotation.
W.
Bo, any final?
Did you see the Kyle Tucker signing isn't finalized yet?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they're awaiting medical clearance. He's got to go see his OBGYN to make sure his pussy isn't too hurt to go play for the Dodgers. So, wait on that.